now listening to the JCA Sports Podcast on Spotify and Anchor.
Multitasking at its finest. Wow, why do we look so big here? What's up, everybody? The JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Out there with my boy here, Jose Contreras. Another episode of the JCA Sports Podcast. Jonathan Playo will be with us, but in the comment section, Jose just got off a sports trip live. If you guys miss it, it'll be live every Wednesday from 8 o'clock, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. With him and his brother Ricky as they talk about all combat sports. And now look at him. Now he's showing up here with us. Jose, how are you, buddy?
What they do, baby? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the JCA Sports Podcast. Another episode, Eric, in the books. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. Let's get right into it, to the meat and potatoes of everything on what's called the NBA playoffs. And we don't have a series anymore between the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies, dude. I think the series already wrapped up, done, and dusted, with the Warriors taking a commanding 3-1 lead. Jose, is there any possible way that the Memphis Grizzlies could come back in this series and make it into a series?
I mean, they're up 3 right now, but they're barely in the first quarter. As you said, they're up 3-1. John Morant isn't coming back, at least for the remainder of the playoffs. So no, Eric, I think this is Golden State's series to lose, and they're gonna win. They're gonna make it to the Western Conference Finals. Sucks because I think the fans, we're getting robbed of a great series. It seemed like it to be a great series when John Morant was playing, but that bone bruise just a little too serious, man. Took him out.
Just a lot of bit series for real that took them out for the remainder. Hey, even if they do make a miraculous comeback, out for the remainder of the playoffs possibly. But you know what? It's a good season. Nonetheless, it could have been a great series, but sometimes what we want we don't normally get, but what we are getting though is a fantastic series between Milwaukee and the Celtics. Just went final. Boston, giving up a 7-8 point lead towards the fourth quarter, and the Bucks came back, man. The championship pedigree of your Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Bucks win by 3, man. This series is exciting. We kind of figured that the series was going to be exciting, but would it be this entertainment, this exciting for you, man? Is this the series you expected?
Absolutely. And my boy Cole, who's in the comments, is 100% right. Something I've been saying since the beginning of time, that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best player in the NBA today.
You better stop saying his name, Giannis, bro. Like, you can't call yourself Tony Basketball and mispronounce his name, bro. How many times we gotta go through this? Are we doing this every podcast?
Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best NBA player today, and it's by far nowhere close. Look, the Boston Celtics are a great team. I still think they can pull out one more win. I see this going to a Game 7, but just like last year, they're going to have to go through a Game 7 to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's exactly what's going to happen when they beat the Boston Celtics this time around.
Man, you're absolutely right, man. And I like what John says right here too in the comments, and it's actually it goes without saying. As a Bulls fan, watching the Bucks and Celtics this series makes him mad. The gap between the Bulls and those teams is humiliating.
Oh, we saw that firsthand.
Yeah, literally right off the bat.
Right.
Humiliating is probably too strong of a word. I don't think humiliating simply because simply because it's the team that was first, barely got a 500 record, barely got into the playoffs, and everything like that, trying to find the relevancy back into the NBA platform. But yes, there is a gap. The gap between both teams, the gap between the Celtics and the Bucks and the Bulls, and you can even go on with the 76ers and even the Miami Heat. If you even take the Miami Heat into that process, like the gap is big, man. As you guys see on the chat, if you're watching us on Facebook Live or on YouTube or on Twitch or on Twitter, the link is there for you guys to join us, to join me and Jose. You can join us at any time, any moment. We will love to have you guys on. Make sure you also like, follow, share the JCA Sports Podcast on your Facebook platform too as well. Just hit the share button so all your friends, family, baby mamas could also join us too as well. Other than that, yeah. John says on paper, the Bulls have a better team than the Celtics. Do they though? Do they? I don't think so. When you have a rising star and a better player in Jason Tatum and a rising star and a better player in Jaylen Brown, that already puts you one up on the Chicago on what Boston has. Plus, with good players like Al Horford around, a gritty player like Marcus Smart, the list goes on and on. And I'm missing. I know I'm missing a player or two from the Boston Celtics dang. I know somebody. I know somebody was. Damn. Somebody can help me out here. But
right.
yeah.
Who are you talking about? Boston
Celtics. Yeah.
Al Horford?
No, I said Al Horford. I said
Jalen Green.
I said Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
Jason Tatum.
Marcus Smart. Jason Tatum.
Yep, I said him. There's somebody that was. I'm missing somebody on that team for some odd reason. But John said, "Bro, y'all were saying the Bulls had a big four. I never said they had a big four. Who's you two?
Eric, no, Eric, shut up, Eric. You said those four were going to. You said they had 4 All-Stars.
Celtics. He says Celtics have. Yeah, I see. I said the possibility of having 4 All-Stars. That was my crazy thought. Remember, my speculation, my 2 earlier predictions was Bulls are having 4 All-Stars. Billy Donovan was going to win Coach of the Year. That was my crazy prediction, right? It didn't come true because I know I went over the top. John says the Boston Celtics have a big 2, but even then, those big 2, they're young, they're up and coming stars, and they're getting they're putting work into Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, and the Milwaukee Bucks, who are the defending champs. They're putting in the work, something that the Chicago Bulls did not and weren't even close in doing. But yeah, as we continue going on, John says, I'm the only one who told you guys the Celtics will have a higher seeding than the Bulls. I don't know if he did. If he did, cool. If he didn't, cool too. I'd rather take John's word for it since he's the one that's writing it down. Jose, you said this series is going to go to 7. Are we going to?
I do. I respect Boston that much.
Yeah, that's how much you respect Boston.
I respect Boston that much. I think the Bucks still make it to the finals. That's always been my prediction. They make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they're going to make it to the NBA Finals. But yeah, I respect Boston that much to give them at least one more game, the next game preferably, and then Milwaukee closes it out. But look, these are 2 great teams, man. This right here could be the best series in the Eastern Conference. And I think we're getting it. So without a doubt, I'll give Boston one more. You mentioned the players; they're just way too talented. Jason Tatum is what Zach LaVine should have been for us this postseason. He showed that he could carry a team on his back and be a superstar. That's exactly what we needed from Zach LaVine, and we couldn't get. And it sucks. But, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. And give Boston all the credit in the world. They're a great team.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. What do now? Let me ask you this question, right? Because I know you say you want a 7, but what do the Milwaukee Bucks need to do to end this series in Boston tomorrow?
They gotta. You need more. You need more contribution shooting wise from everybody else other than Giannis. Basically,
Giannis,
whatever. Basically, what you got in Chicago series, you need guys like Grayson Allen, guys like Brook Lopez, your others. Basically, whoever's not your superstar, you need them to have really good shooting nights. You can do that, then obviously Giannis, whatever. Giannis is going to get his. Giannis is going to get his. He is. He's going to get his. You can't guard that guy. He's a freak of nature. Defensively, he's going to be trouble. Offensively, dude, guy, come on. He can literally throw the ball up to the rim and dunk it. He can really dunk it to himself. He's that dominant, that strong. You know he's going to get his. But you need contribution from Grayson Allen. You need it from Brooke Lopez, from the point guard. Why is his name blanking?
Smart.
No, this is Boston. This is Milwaukee.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday. Yes, thank you. You need to and he's been having a great playoffs, man. Since Chris Middleton's been down, he's been their second best player, and Chris Middleton hasn't even been back yet. Eric, imagine when he comes back. Milwaukee's scary, man.
Yeah,
scary.
It's a good team all around.
Yeah.
So far, the one smart thing John has said so far in this podcast is he's joined in the comment section saying that Tatum is worth $200 million. Zach isn't, which is true. I honestly do believe maybe you break the bank for Jason Tatum. He is worth it. He's worth every single penny of it. He has shown in this playoffs and throughout so far his young career that this man deserves the bread if Boston wants to give him the money for sure. And then John also goes and says Jose pronounces his name like if he's playing the Premier League. So that's what we got from our good boy, for my friend John, who couldn't be with us today, but is in the comment section strong. So big ups to JCA Sports Podcast. All three of us are here, one in spirit. Man, let's go to last night's game for sure. Let's go for last night's game, Jose. And both games were blowouts, man. They weren't interesting. They weren't as tight and competitive as others. The Phoenix Suns looks like going home helped them out. They're undefeated at home in the playoffs. They put a 30-piece on the Mavericks, man. It basically, in this series, and these two series that I played, it's the first one to win back-to-back games, I guess, right? Or unless if we go to Game 7 to the other two. But the Mavs-Suns series, man, the Suns look like they overmatch in every single possible way at home against the Mavericks. Can they do the same on the road in Dallas tomorrow?
I was talking to some people today, and they're surprised. I'm kind of surprised that a lot of people think Dallas can pull this win, and I know a lot of people that think they could even win a series. I don't see that to be the case, man. I think Phoenix closes it out and makes it to the Western Conference Finals for the second straight year. They're just a good team, overall team. I think Chris Paul's had his fits here, but he's still one of the best point guards to ever play in the NBA. And I said one of the best point guards, not the, okay, relax.
Okay.
And he's going to make his presence felt this next game. And we all know how special Devin Booker is. They just have a quality overall team.
Thanks.
But you know what? I give so much credit and so much props to Luka Doncic, Eric. I didn't give the Dallas Mavericks a shot. I thought this was going to be an easy series, an easy win for the Phoenix Suns. I was even saying they could have swept. I was a huge believer in that. But shout out to Luka Doncic, man. That Dallas Mavericks team led by him, they made it this far. They're in this series because of him. This guy is a legit star, a legit superstar, and he needs to get paired up with another star or superstar. And if that happens, watch out, because this Dallas Mavericks, man, they're here. They're here to stay.
Yeah, this Dallas Mavericks team, man. Look, you're right. I'll give credit where credit is due, just like how you did my foot, Suji. Sorry. I'll give credit where credit is due, and Luka Doncic, man. And look, man, this guy, if this guy could do it by himself with the Mavericks and taking them all the way to the Western semis and go toe-to-toe with the best team in the West and the Phoenix Suns, who were the runner-ups last year in the NBA Finals, and yet you take two away from them at home, obviously at home. Like I said, what made this into a series between What made this into wow, I have a whole video playing that I can't even turn off the ad. That is so sad. Yeah, but I give credit where credit is due, man. Luka's the real deal. And if you haven't seen it and you don't believe it, you're missing out. You're living in a cave, man. I do enjoy watching this guy play. Although yesterday was just one of those games where it's just they kept it close for one half, and then they just got their doors blown out in the third quarter. The third quarter was a joke. I think the Suns were like, the scoreline was like 37-34 to like 12 or something like that. Somewhere along that line, like that stat went crazy. The third quarter was just over right then and there. But you're right. I also was with you. The Mavericks. I thought the Mavericks weren't gonna give a shot for the Phoenix Suns. And look, man, they're swinging hard, and when they connected really big, man. And shout out to the Mavericks. You're right. Luka needs somebody there because he can't do it by himself. But even when he does, he makes a surprise or two in the series for sure. Another series that was a surprise by the scoreline yesterday was the Miami Heat against the 76ers, man. This game wasn't even close at all whatsoever.
Nope.
120 to 85. James Harden was the real James Harden for the NBA playoffs, man. The real James Harden came back into this role. Only scoring, try to get the box score right here. That's where I was typing real quick. Only scoring a max points of 14 points. The real James Harden came back. Embiid with 17, and he was the leading scorer for the 76ers. But again, Duncan Robinson played, Victor Oladipo with 13, Tyler Hero with 10, Jimmy with 23. This was every starter for the Miami Heat in double digits. Miami Heat took this one, took it to the chin. Can the Heat win back-to-back games to win the series tomorrow?
Every starter and two of their bench players, and Oladipo and Hero, man. You talk about 7 guys deep who came in and contributed in many different ways. This is why the Miami Heat has been the number 1 seed the entire year. Their depth is crazy, crazy deep, and these are all quality players who can give you solid quality minutes. They're well coached. Eric Spoelstra, huge credit to Eric Spoelstra. A lot of people wrote him off when the big 3 were there with LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh, because they were like, you could insert any coach there with those 3 guys, they'll look good. But no, this man, since then he's been the coach, and every single year they're competitive. Every single year that team is where it needs to be. They were in the NBA Finals a few years back, and here they are. It seems like they're going to go back, or at least to the Eastern Conference Finals, because I think it's a done deal. As much as I want to give credit to Joel Embiid, and you know me, I'm a huge believer that he got snubbed an MVP voting this year. I don't see it happening, man. I don't see them getting out a win, or I don't even see them coming out this series. So Miami Heat takes their next game.
Really? So you say Heat in 6?
Heat in 6.
Heat in 6. I want to be there with you, bro. 100%. I really, really do. But I think this series goes to 7. And the only reason why I say it goes to 7 is not only that it's going back to Philadelphia, but I feel like Joel Embiid is going to ball out, and we're going to have a tough battle game 7 between the Heat and the 76ers, and whatever happens. I knew the other day that James Harden's 30-point game was a fluke.
Yeah.
I don't think he may score more than 14 the next game simply because they're in Philadelphia. So I'll give him, I guess, a little credit. But throughout and out, I think in Philadelphia, obviously the role players play a little bit better, but so does Joel Embiid. He feeds off a lot of the crowd. Even he feeds off, when he's away too as well. He feeds off the bad energy that they give him, and that's what powers him. That's what gives him that superpower of being Joel Embiid. You're right. He was snubbed. We'll keep on saying that until he's eliminated, and even after, right? In small conversations between that, but I think the series goes to 7, man. I honestly do believe so. I think Philadelphia. I think just them having Joel Embiid is just more than enough for now to take them to a game 7. And after what happens, and then whatever happens in game 7, bro, it happens. We can't be mad about it. Joel Embiid is MVP, should be the MVP for a reason, and he's going to prove it tomorrow night to take this series to 7 games.
There you have it, Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, man. I think Miami takes it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if he does, I think Miami will probably take it. I don't think that's nowhere we're gonna have a Miami Heat Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. Ooh, breaking news for me right there. Hey guys, you're listening to the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow all the JCA Sports or the John Konabi platform and all the social media platforms. I said that backwards. Social media platforms. Make sure you guys, when you watch us, hit the little bell that pops up right there on the corner, on the right-hand corner, just to notify not only when our show was on, but also the EAFP podcast and also Sports Strip Live. And the comments and the link to join our show will always be in the comment section. I'm posting that up right now so you guys can join us and talk sports whenever you guys want, can, and let's just do it. All right, Jose. So there's one thing I want to talk to you about. And obviously, when the NFL is in the offseason, the NFL is technically not really in the offseason, right? We always find some way, somehow, to talk about the NFL at least once or twice a month after the Super Bowl. And for good reasons, right? Because NFL is king. They own a day of the week when their season is right around the corner. They own the day of the week. But tomorrow, it's interesting. The only reason why we're talking and bringing up the NFL, Jose, is the fact that the Bears' schedule will be presented out tomorrow. And the Bears, as of right now, as I'm looking it up right now, the Bears have the fifth easiest schedule throughout the whole entire NFL. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing for the Chicago Bears this season? What do you think?
You said they have the what? You cut off a little bit.
The fifth easiest schedule throughout the whole entire NFL.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing. I do. Look, it's the NFL. There is no easy schedule. I don't care what you say. You know, the NFL is the one league where you could be literally last one year, first the next year. Look at the Cincinnati Bengals. They weren't bad the year before last, but you know they weren't as good as they were this past season. You know, Joe Burrow going down, didn't even make the playoffs. Next year they make the Super Bowl. That's just how it is. There is no easy schedule, at least not in my book. I think a lot of teams this year are going to make a jump forward. I think the Bears are the one team that's going to make the leap back. And we all know this. You know, it's a rebuild. They don't want to say it's a rebuild. We all know it's a rebuild. We're not dumb. We're not blind. We're not deaf. We know exactly what's going on. It's an absolute rebuild. The only reason why I say I think it's a good thing that, you know, I guess you can say it's a good thing is because of that. You know, because you don't expect them to do much, but you still want I'm about to see Mitchell Trubisky. Oh my God.
God. Don't you dare. Don't you dare, John. Don't do it.
You still have Justin Fields in the wings that you need to develop 100%. So that being said, let's do it, man. Bring it on. I want to see what Justin Fields can do in this new offense. I want to see how this coaching staff can develop him. I want to see what the team that Ryan Poles is putting out there looks like. I think having the fifth or sixth, whatever you said, easiest schedule is a good thing for them because, again, we need these guys to develop. We know they're not going to make the playoffs. We know they're not going to win much games, but you want to see improvement. You want to see growth in this team because we need it. We desperately need it. This city desperately needs this Chicago Bears team to be a championship contending team again. When they're a championship contending team, this city is on fire. The Bears are the favorite team by far in this city, and it's not even close.
Yeah, CP says over here the Bears definitely got worse. At least give Justin something to work with, even in a rebuilding year. I don't think they got worse. Not as bad as last year. No, I honestly do believe, in my optimistic, humble opinion, I do believe the Bears got a tad bit better than last year.
They're going to win less games.
You know what? I could easily see the Bears being a 500 team. I can easily see it. I can easily see the Bears being a 500 team with the bodies that they got. Look, everybody's saying he doesn't have a wide receiver. He doesn't have a wide receiver. Well, guess what? He has that other Bears quarterbacks never had. Bodies on the offensive line. I honestly do believe that if the Bears with the offensive line, who's going to start off the season, they at least have guys that could play that position. Whatever you do with Borum and with Tevin Jenkins is a whole nother story. However, you input the center guard that they got from Green Bay, Patrick, I think is his last name, and the guys that they drafted this year, they drafted four offensive linemen with their 11 picks. So you can't say, yes, does he have wide receivers? Well, one of them may be in jail with Pringles, right? And then he has Darnell Mooney, who was his number one last year. They got Jones Jr., the rookie they drafted, the only wide receiver this year in the draft. All right. After that, you're like, okay, so what does Justin Fields have? Or he still has Cole Kmet. It has to be Cole Kmet's year to see if he's a proven tight end in the NFL or with the Bears organization. So this is one of them. And I do believe, yes, there wide receivers out there. Yes, I believe Jarvis Landry is still out there. I believe what's the other? Literally, oh my God. The dude that was in Texans that went to Miami. What's his name? Kenny Stills? Is it Stills?
I don't think it's Stills.
Yeah. He's available out there. Look, as we're going right here, can they at least give him Jarvis Landry? He's a free agent. That if the Bears You get him for the cheap, sure, why not? If Jarvis Landry wants to win, you can't blame him to go in if he goes to like Kansas City or the Rams or a team that's contending, even Tampa. Let's go with Tampa. You know, John being the Debbie Downer as he always is, the Bears only winning 5 games. The schedules will be released tomorrow. CP. Apparently, John says he wants to bring back the whole 2000 and what is it, 10 wide receiving core of Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey. Yes, they did sign Dante Pettis.
They would kill right now. Absolutely, yeah. I'm with you.
And then Julio's also out there, even though he is injury prone. So wide receivers are there. There are plenty of wide receivers there. You're right. Julio Jones could be a nice fit, but I think Indianapolis is probably the route that he's going to go. But look, they're not well-known weapons that the Bears got in the wide receiving core. They're not. But at least they're finding ways to see who can fit in this mold of this new offense with Getsky and see what Justin Fields can work with. I like what they did. Like I said, I'm a very optimistic person when it comes to with the Chicago Bears because no longer Mitchell Trubisky's there. There's no more Matt Nagy. So it's kind of like a fresh, clean slate.
Right.
So I'm giving this regime an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? Give me 500. I'm good. But be better than last year, at least performance-wise on the field. Be better than last year. And that's all I'm asking. So if that's not too much to ask, let's do it. You know, I'm on board for that. And then the year after that, when you have all this money because Khalil Mack is off the books and everybody else that we kind of traded away off the books, then guess what? Then we could go out to get that veteran superstar. We can probably give up a draft pick or two for maybe even if Debo is still going to be out there. I would do it. Maybe I'll do it. But if any struggling wide receiver that's out there that wants to be out of the team, I will do whatever I can to get him and then sign him for an extension.
Yeah, I agree with you. You got to surround them with weapons, even if they're mid-level guys. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Guys who are speedy, guys who can run, guys who can catch. You got to give them something. You know, Brian Pringle, as you said, you and I were talking earlier. We've seen guys do worse and still play in the NFL. So I'm expecting him to be there and to be on this team to be able to play. And I feel like I liked what he did in Kansas City. I think skill wise he'll give us a good threat. You still have Mooney. So yeah, I mean let's see what we can do. And Cole Kmet has to elevate his game this season. There's no doubt about it. He has to take a step. He has to take a big step up. He needs to be that guy. That fail-safe for oh my God, I was going to say Mitch Trubisky again. He has to be he has to be that fail-safe for Justin Fields. Whenever you have your two speedsters on the sides who aren't open, right down the middle, Cole Kmet, big guy, big body guy, get up there, big fella, make the catch, and score. If we could do that, man, if the offensive line can hold up, then yeah, I agree with you. If they can do that, Eric, then I'll be on board with you with 500.
Yeah, CP says I'm just saying, give at least Mooney a running partner to take off the pressure. 100%. I mean, that's all we need. It's just him, Jones, and then everybody else. And then he says no more giving up draft picks. I mean, hey, if let's just say, if a wide, I mean, we're not gonna have another wide receiving core that's gonna be up for trades like this year. I think if the opportunity ever presented itself, where we had a wide receiver class like this year that you would probably give up draft picks, I think it'll be worth it, right? A veteran wide receiver who's well known and well put over a rookie. Yeah. I think it's more, it's a no brainer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you have a quarterback with on a rookie contract, you do whatever it takes to win on that cheap contract, because apparently for some odd reason, giving a quarterback $500 million and plus whatever the amount is, if your name is not Patrick Mahomes, if you get this lucrative contract, you see giving quarterbacks these contracts decimate a team, and now you kind of have to play catch up when it comes to rebuilding the team on with less money. The JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, guys. Make sure you follow all the John Konavi social media platforms on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Yes, we're also on TikTok. This show is brought to you by Anchor and Spotify. Guys, if you guys want to start a podcast, make sure you guys use the Anchor app. The Anchor app is free to download all your episodes if you want to have a podcast of your own. All right, Jose, let's go to the comments real quick. CP, who has been on fire on these comments.
Yes.
I feel like he's the third partner here on the JCA Sports Podcast outside of John. Says Bears offense will be solely based on the running and play action game. So I get it. Yeah, 100%. That's why they still drafted a running back. They still have David Montgomery, who may be on the move. Maybe. Same thing with Robert Quinn. There's a lot of moves that the Bears can make. But yes, I think giving Fields a good running game and play action to give him the opportunity to move up the pocket or move outside of the pocket, find some lanes and create some open space and time for the wide receivers. That's always the plan. Jose, let's play a little game. All right. Let's play a little game. So I want you to tell me who has the top 5 hardest NFL schedule this year, and also obviously I gave you the Bears. Actually, I'm sorry, the Bears have the 7th easiest schedule, not the 5th easiest schedule, but the 7th. So I apologize for lying for you there. And then I wanted to and then tell me who has the top 5, who has the top 5 easiest schedule. So let's go with easy first, right? No, you know what? Let's go with hard. Let's go with hard because I feel like the easy one will probably be a little bit more complicated than the hard. So Jose, what teams are in the top 5 for the most hardest schedule this year?
Okay, so I'm gonna take a guess and say the Cincinnati Bengals are one of them.
The Cincinnati Bengals are one of them. They have the 3rd toughest schedule so far this season.
I mean, I guess you got to pencil in both Super Bowl teams. No, there's the Los Angeles Rams one. You have to.
100%, Jose. The Rams have the toughest schedule.
Yeah,
the NFL.
I mean, it makes sense. These two are the 2 teams coming off Super Bowl. 2 teams that have only improved since then. So yeah, you gotta give them the competition. It always has to be harder for the guys who made it before. Mm-hmm. Now the next teams are the hardest. So you said you want top 5, right? So 3 more.
Top 5.
I want to say this: Tampa Bay, one of them.
Tampa Bay is one of them. The 4th toughest schedule upcoming this season. Coming up.
All right, I'm 3 for 3, baby. Let's go. I mean, come on, Tom Brady coming back has to count for something, right?
Maybe.
I want to say the next 2 have to be in the AFC. As stacked as that division, am I right there at least?
You are
right. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Are the Buffalo Bills one of them?
The Buffalo Bills are not.
Really? Okay.
The Bills are tied for the 12th hardest or easiest schedule, the 12th hardest schedule in the NFL.
Wow. Okay, so the Buffalo Bills are not one of them. That's crazy. Kansas City Chiefs has to be one of them.
The Kansas City Chiefs are tied for 5th, so the Chiefs and another team hold the 5th toughest.
So there's 6 teams. Okay.
There's 6.
So is that one also an AFC team?
The other team is not in the AFC.
Oh, Green Bay Packers.
The Green Bay Packers have the 22nd hardest schedule this upcoming season. So they're not in the top 5. Yeah. Ooh, this is fun.
Damn. Are the Arizona Cardinals one of them?
The Arizona Cardinals have the 2nd hardest record, or the 2nd hardest schedule this season at number 2. So there's one more team tied for 5th with the Kansas City Chiefs. You have one more. I mean, you can stop there, but if you wanted the bonus one, you want to guess on the bonus team who's tied for 5th with the Kansas City Chiefs, because you did guess all 5 of them: the Rams, the Cardinals, the Bengals, the Bucks, in that order, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the Kansas City Chiefs are tied with the 5th toughest record on this team. For bonus, can you guess who's the other team?
And it's an NFC team, correct?
Huh?
It's an NFC team, right?
Yes, sir. That's your only clue.
All right. Then I want to say the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles are not.
Damn it!
The Philadelphia Eagles, I don't even see them right now. But yes, the other team that is tied for the 5th hardest schedule, the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh, I forgot about the 49ers. I'm not going to lie to you.
I bet you did. All right, Jose. This one might be a little bit tough. Maybe not. But give us or give me the top 5 teams, or can you number out the 5 teams that have the easiest schedule this year coming up? Well, this is
Cowboys.
Cowboys actually have tied for they're actually tied with the easiest schedule so far this year. Cowboys are tied for 32.
So if they're tied, then there has to be somebody from the division. Washington
are tied with the Cowboys with the
What
easiest
is it?
schedule.
All right. So I got 2. So I got tied for first. So I need 4 more.
Yes.
Yes,
3 more.
Are the Eagles one of them?
The Eagles have the 3rd easiest schedule so far.
Well, they're all in the same division, so it makes sense. And the Giants one of them.
The Giants are the 4th.
Oh my God! I knew it. They're all in the same division.
They're all in the
same division, so they have to be the ones facing the easiest people.
And who has the 5th easiest schedule so far this year? Jose?
That was tough. Oakland or Las Vegas.
Las Vegas has they're not theirs, but I'll give you where they're at. The Raiders are tied for the 7th hardest schedule.
Oh damn! Okay. You know what? My boy Cole here says the Browns. The Browns one of them.
The Browns actually have they're tied for the 17th hardest schedule this year.
Really?
Ooh, can you name me the team who's tied with them for number 17? Bonus is a free JCA shirt. How about that?
All right.
We don't have that type of money yet.
The Indianapolis Colts.
The Indianapolis Colts, no, they just missed out in the top 5 easiest schedule. They're actually tied for 26. So
damn.
There's a team that has an easier schedule than the Indianapolis Colts.
Seahawks.
The Seahawks. The Seahawks they actually have the 11th hardest schedule this season.
Damn. I give up.
You give up?
Yeah.
The number 5 team that has the easiest schedule this year in the NFL season, the Detroit Lions.
Wow. Okay.
Yep, and I appreciate everybody that jumped on here to guess with me. This is very fun. Coles will easily win the Super Bowl with the schedule. I know this because I am on CBS Sports. That's what's helping me out numbering wise for the NFL. No, it's not the Cowboys have the easiest one, so good for Deontay there. He said the NFL least for sure, the NFC East least, and we do have them this year, by the way. So that's what helped us to have the 7th easiest schedule in the NFL, or 8th easiest schedule. Let me see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like we're tied with the 7th easiest schedule with the Titans and the Ravens. We are tied.
That's all. I just got on the website you're talking about. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yep. Easiest one.
Yep. So that's where I'm at right now. Patriots. I'll get. You know what? Just for giggles, for sheets and giggles, I'm gonna give you the Patriots. CP, and the Patriots actually have. Where are the Patriots?
They're 16th. So they have the 16th hardest schedule.
16th hardest schedule, so they're like middle of the pack. They literally have a 500 record, sort of, kind of, give or take, facing. So that they're even Steven on that part. This was fun.
Yeah.
This was fun. This is why I like the NFL schedule. Now, quick nugget. So last year the Bears were the only team last year to actually to the schedule to work as away, home away, home away, home away, home away. Would you bet that again this year that a team it would be the Bears, maybe not, but a team will have a similar schedule like the Bears this year? Would you bet on the team to have that similar schedule, home away, Jose?
Home away. No.
No?
No.
Well, guess what, Jose? If you say no, you're kind of absolutely right. Because this is the first time a team, just like the Chicago Bears, this is the first time in about 5 seasons that a team has had a home away, back-to-back schedule since the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Really?
Yep. And speaking of the Steelers, man, look, this is what I like about it. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are the only team, and is the only team that would not leave the East Coast to play their opponents this year. All their games are Eastern Standard Time.
Wow.
Right? Yep. The Chicago Bears are going to be, again, in the top 5 for the team that least travels the most this year. This year for their schedule, as they have the Seahawks. They will be away for the Seahawks, and they only have one game in the Mountain Time with the Broncos. So that's the only furthest they're going to go. All their games are going to be here in Central Time and Eastern Time. So little fun nuggets about that. See, this is what I like. I don't know why. Me personally, I like to make a big deal about the schedule simply because you'll find nuggets like these, and it's fun. At least in my eyes, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
So
I agree. No, I agree. I mean, we should have more stuff like that more often. Maybe a little gang between you, I, or John next time going around. It'll definitely be fun.
So yeah. So again, I it was something because the schedule comes out tomorrow. We're gonna see what games. Real quick question. I want to put this out for everybody in the chat too who's been watching us. Thank you for watching the JCA Sports Podcast here on Facebook Live, guys. You can always join us anytime. The link is always on the comment section. Join us. Let's talk sports with us. Make sure you like us, follow us, and share all of our shows on your Facebook page. But Jose, are you or do you? That's a better question. Do you guys want the Chicago Bears to be on a prime time schedule with this team currently constructed?
No, not yet. You know what? I don't mind them being on 1 or 2. But I think too much. One should be good. One Sunday night football game. I don't want to see them on Thursday nights. One Sunday night football should be fine. The thing is, I don't want to be at. I guess it doesn't really matter anymore. We were a national embarrassment last season, and a lot of it had to do with the coaching, right? Coaching and a lot of the players as well. I think this time around it'll be a lot more optimistic, but in a way. But still, let's wait on that. You know what I mean? Let's have one game just so we could all be at home and enjoy a game where we're not at work or we're not we're not doing what we normally do on Sunday afternoons. One game where we can just be at home at night. I'm okay with that. At the same time, I don't need a Sunday nighter, a Monday nighter, a Thursday nighter. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, just one Sunday night should be fine. You know what I mean? Not until we get better, at least.
That'll be next year.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
So preferably you want a Sunday night game, and that's the only one, right?
Yeah.
And if it's up to Jose Contreras to make the Bears NFL schedule, who would that primetime game be against?
Oh, the Packers, 100%. Green Bay Packers.
Really? Yep,
100%. That's what I want to see. Will we get our ass kicked? Maybe. Will Aaron Rodgers tell us we own us if he's at home? Maybe. But I still want to see it. I want. You know what I want? I want that Shane McClellan play when he just smashed Rodgers to the ground, broke his collarbone. It was a Sunday Night Football at Lambeau. Everybody had to shut up. And Packers season was done. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I want that.
Where's this Jose? I want this Jose to be on more often than the other Jose.
I want the Aaron Rodgers get his collarbone broken, Eric.
So Deontay said he does want the Bears on prime time. Cole says he doesn't want the Bears to be embarrassed on Sunday night. He also goes, Deontay says big market and story franchise. They need to at least have one.
You sound like the McCaskies, Deontay. Big market, story franchise, blah, blah, blah. We couldn't do jack for a long time. You know what, Eric? I seen a stat the other day, right? I forgot what it was. It was on Instagram. I don't know if it was ESPN or somebody posted an Instagram photo of how many championships each sports franchise has. Starting with the most. Obviously, we all know the Yankees, then the Lakers, Celtics, blah blah blah. Right? Oh no, it was the Yankees. I think it was the Canadians, Montreal Canadiens. It was Montreal, and then it was the Lakers and Celtics. Can you believe there's 3 Chicago teams on that list?
Yeah, it's the Bulls, the Bears, and the Blackhawks.
Yes.
Blackhawks with 6.
Yes.
The Bulls with 6.
Yes.
And the
Bears with what? How many championships?
5?
No, more.
4, 6?
More.
8?
Yes.
Really?
They had 8 championships. I'm like, 8 championships? When?
So
What the hell are the Bears?
I'm assuming that they're doing that pre. I'm assuming they're putting everything because back then the NFL instead of being Super Bowl champions, they were called NFL champions, and that was when Big Papa Bear was NFL coach, and obviously when he was playing. So yes, I could see that. So 8 total. Yeah. So yeah, the Bears, Bulls, and Blackhawks. Yeah.
Yeah, Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks. Absolutely, yeah, both with 6, and then the Bears with 8. Crazy. Yeah, I did not believe it. I didn't want to believe it when they said that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, dude, I thought you would have known that. For us working at Chicago Locker Room, free plug. They had the banners where the Bears only had 1 Super Bowl, but the NFL championships they had like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, I never paid attention to those NFL championship ones.
The dumbass ones, the ones that I've always wanted.
Yeah. I know.
$80.
I always thought the Bears one was embarrassing because I was like, it's Super Bowl bust, man. You know?
I see. Deontay, as you say right there, they're one of the original teams, though. So yeah, of course, 100%.
No, I know. It's just
the Lombardi Trophy. The Lombardi Trophy, unfortunately, is named after a Packer, so we'll give credit where credit is due.
I didn't see Deontay today. Deontay, where were you at, bro? I didn't see you at school.
Oh man, because he's at night, bro.
Did I leave too early?
Uncle Day Day. Yeah, you left way too early.
Oh damn.
Yeah. You'll probably see him. No, you won't see him tomorrow.
I won't see him.
So yeah, man. So again, this is why the NFL is king. It's the off season, but yet they have something important happening. Now this year they're doing the global game. Obviously, it's going to be in the Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. Obviously, it's going to be. I think this year it's going to be played at Tottenham Hotspur's stadium, if I'm not mistaken. The NFL game, simply because the owner of Tottenham is an American. I forgot his name. When they play in London, it's at Tottenham, not at Wembley. And for the first time, they're actually venturing out and going to Germany. So another quick question for all you guys. Would you go to one of these cities to watch an NFL game, even if it's not the Chicago Bears?
Aren't they going to Mexico too?
Yeah, that's what I just said. They're going to the Estadio Azteca.
I missed that part. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll go. I've always wanted to go to Europe. So any one of those games, absolutely, 100%.
And if so, which one would you want to go to out of those 3 cities?
What city is the Tottenham one?
Tottenham one's in London.
I'm going to go there. Let's go there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. See, I wouldn't want to step. So what's Lambeau Field? Tottenham has become that place for me never to step in foot.
Really?
But as a soccer fan myself, I wouldn't mind being in that stadium just to watch an Arsenal versus Tottenham game. Simply because, the rivalry, and obviously it's a big game tomorrow for me, and that's the only reason why I'm bringing them up. But to watch a football game, no. I would not actually go to these venues and watch a football game, to be honest. Me personally, I honestly don't like them going globally and what they're doing to promote the game outside of the United States.
No, I see nothing wrong with it. You got to expand.
I get that. That's 100%. You do have to expand, right? But what's football? What's American football? It's hard to globalize it. To be honest with you, let's be honest. It's a game that's only been played here, right? And obviously, there's other sports like cricket that's played globally, but it's a European type thing. That's exactly how I feel about American football being played globally. Not a lot of countries do it. It's hard for it's hard for them to understand it. Hell, it's hard for sometimes even a regular American here to understand the rules and concepts of American football if you haven't been a fan since you were little. But to go out there, I get it. They're playing at Bayern Munich Stadium, which is a badass stadium that holds 80,000 people. I think Tottenham Stadium holds, I want to say 85,000 people. And the Estadio Azteca, if you want to go in full capacity, hits 90,000. But as of late in the remodeling, they're only filling it up to 60,000, maybe 65,000. So it's like Soldier Field, but in a bigger and higher altitude. But I don't like it because you're putting the players out of their normal routine and working and playing at their time over there, and we have to sacrifice and waking up early. I'm pretty sure if you're gonna be pretty upset watching a Bears Packers or a Bears game at 8:00 in the morning on a Sunday, am I right? I know you're as a fan, you're willing. You're willing to do that.
That part sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not the only time zone that it favors those type of games is the East Coast games, because sometimes the games could be played at 9 a.m. Sometimes it could be played at 10 a.m. But we get 9, and especially if you try to hit the West Coast, because if you have a West Coast team out there, guess what? They have to wake up at 6 a.m. or at 7 a.m. to watch that game. So that's where, and especially if you're in Hawaii, just deduct 2 more hours after that.
Yeah. I get what you're saying there, and you're 100% right there. It sucks when you're rooting for the team and you have to wake up at 6 a.m. just to see what your favorite sports team is doing.
Well,
At the same time, I don't blame the NFL for doing it. It's such a popular sport in America. They want to see, where else can be a popular sport. Maybe in Mexico, maybe in London, maybe in Europe. Like, you never know. I think they're just trying to capitalize on all the fans they could have possible. And that's not, we all know NFL's king here. We all know the amount of money it makes. They're greedy. They want more money. It's never, all this money is never enough money. So let's try to expand globally and see what we can do there. The benefit from that is that you'll get younger fans who maybe would want to play the sport, moving to America in the future, wanting to play the sport, and you'll have more, ethnic quarterbacks or star players coming, to the NFL. We haven't had since Mark Sanchez, we haven't had a real Mexican quarterback to come out. I know you and I would love to see it, a great one at that. Maybe you get one from Mexico. Maybe you get a European guy, someone from London. Kind of like how you see Luka Doncic out here, in killing it from, and then in the United States. Maybe someone from Africa. Maybe somebody, someone like that to come out here and to globalize the sport, get a huge name like that. Why not? I don't see that's where I think it benefits the sport. But yeah, I get it.
To play the devil's advocate on that part, I guess, or to counter on your argument right here, Jose, is the fact of the matter is that a sport like basketball, you see the faces, just like how you see the faces in the real football, the football that's played around the world, the authentic football.
Oh my God, soccer! He's talking about soccer, everybody. Yes, we know. Eric, go ahead.
That they don't wear masks. They don't wear helmets. Their face is covered, so it's gonna take a while. Like for you and I, will even struggle to find the backup cornerback for the Chicago Bears out in the streets if he wasn't wearing the jersey and the helmet. You know what I mean? Like, it's even harder for us now to find a player that's on your favorite football team that's just a role player. Imagine if you're going out to Europe. Like, a lot of people don't know who Tom Brady is outside the first 48. So that says a lot. And Tom Brady is the biggest NFL player.
Right, and I get that, but that's what I'm saying. That's why it benefits the NFL globally. Again, I get it. NBA, MLB, you see the faces. I get it. You have stars like Ohtani coming from overseas. You have stars like Giannis, as you said, coming, to the NBA. I get it, but we don't have that in the NFL. We don't. And
it's tough, and it's going to be tough, especially if you're covered from head to toe in the uniform that they have on. Kobe was huge in China, yeah, but remember, the game was globalized because of MJ, and then yes, when you go out in China, Kobe Bryant. This is why Kobe Bryant, and a lot of people will make an argument for Kobe Bryant as being one of the greatest players of all time or greatest basketball players of all time, simply because that transition between him and Jordan was almost quick. Like, he tried to copy Jordan's move, and then they marketed Kobe great, and they used him as a global market. That's why the NBA is great globally. That's why players like a Luka Doncic, coming across that's playing have probably saw Kobe because he's almost close to around our age or most of the ages of the people that have been watching our show on Facebook for the last couple years or so, months, or however long we've been years, right? We've been doing this for a long time. Dude, we have to be cracking close to the 100th episode. Like, we have to. 100%.
We've been doing it for 2 years. Absolutely.
We have to be close to 100 episodes. I think you know what, we're gonna give it a countdown. And then the moment that we find our 100th episode, or if we're close to our 100th episode, we should do like a giveaway or something.
How about this?
Listening.
Let's just create a 100th episode. Hey guys, the 100th episode is going to be on this day. There's going to be no way of knowing, Eric. And especially if we're counting, our podcast before we became JCA, there's no time. Now, if it's just JCA, then we may be nearing it. You know what I mean? But I think if it was before that, we've passed it.
To be honest, I don't think that's hard to count on how many episodes we have. All we have to do is just go to the John Konavi Facebook page and go to videos and just count every video that we have up there, dude.
A lot, man. That's a lot. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Find out.
And then if so, we'll have something fun. We'll do like a giveaway. We'll do a special giveaway for sure. Hey guys,
we're either gonna have the 100th episode or the not so 100th episode. But either way, we'll celebrate it.
I'm down for that. I'm down for a party. everybody could join us. We'll make it at a special venue or something. We'll do something like that.
There you go.
Real quick before we wrap up the show, CP says basketball and baseball are global sports. So if it's easy for America to intertwine, I love that one, good one, with these foreign players like Giannis or Shohei, football unfortunately isn't. Which I wholeheartedly agree. It's hard for the NFL to market their players when, like I said, 98% of their body is being covered with pads and helmets and shoes and all that stuff, and it becomes harder that way, in my personal opinion. Uncle Data says giveaway G on his jersey. That's what he says. That's
G on his jersey.
G on his jersey. There you go. You could tell Uncle Day has been joining us since he first started listening and watching us, man.
Absolutely.
That's our show. We're definitely going to post it up on our social media platform, the Bear schedule, on all our social media platforms tomorrow, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Just say like Giannis Jose. Say Giannis.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
It's Antetokounmpo, bro. There's a P in there.
Antetokounmpo.
Oh my God.
Antetokounmpo.
Oh,
The GOAT. Well, that's what we're gonna call him from now on. The GOAT. Say it like Giannis, Eric. The GOAT. I'm sweating. It's hot. It's hot here.
Where's Quincy when you need him? I think that's where you get all your stuff from, bro. Real quick. There you go, yeah. There you go, Uncle Day. There you go, Deontay. For real.
I'm sorry, Deontay. I can't pronounce his name. Giannis.
He calls himself whatever basketball he is, whatever name he wants to say. Jose,
Giannis.
As for there you go. You got one follower.
Right there you go. The GOAT, baby.
There you go. As for him, as for CP, we got Deontay, John that was with us for a little bit, and everybody else that watched and tuned in to the JCA Sports Podcast, another JCA Sports Podcast in the books. Maybe this is our 100th episode. Maybe not. We've kind of ruined the chance. Probably not. Maybe the next time. We'll see. Make sure you guys follow us, like I said, on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, all that. He said, "Oh no, I was talking about John Sal." Nice. That's what you meant by the GOAT. Nice. I see what you did there. Yes, we're gonna put out all our social media platforms, guys. If you missed out on the EAFP podcast, even though if you're not a soccer fan, guess what? May 28th, we are going to. I am taking the EAFP podcast to One Alliance Brewery as we're doing a live episode promotion coming soon. For beer. So if you guys want to come in and watch the real sport, he said on O Block. That's what's up, Carlitos.
What's up, Carlitos? What it do, baby?
Yeah, we're watching the Champions League. One more thing before we go, let's go Sky. I know that's where Deontay is at tonight. I think he was gonna go to the Sky game today.
Oh, nice.
He did tell me something like that. Either he was
we gotta catch the Sky game, man. They're the only champions in Chicago right now.
Yeah, but he's out there. The only reason why he's coming is because he's probably on his way to VON. So that's what I'm going and taking that and writing that with. So yes, EAFP podcast on the road at One Alliance Brewery. Love for all you guys to make it. Jose, make sure you put it on your calendar. May 28th. It's on a Saturday. Pre and post.
Let's go Liverpool, baby. Let's go Liverpool.
We're definitely gonna have guys. Make sure you also follow the John. Make sure you like the John Konabi Facebook page. Share all our shows. Hit the little bell that's right there on the right hand corner to get notified when our shows are up and live. Not including the JCA Sports Podcast, but the EAFP and also Sports Strip Live.
Speaking of the GOAT, man, let me put a comment back on. Speaking of the GOAT,
is it other than that? Is there anything else you want to say?
No, but thank you all for watching. We'll be back Monday, as I said. JCA Sports Podcast, Sports Drip Live Podcast. We will be back on Monday, guys. Make sure to follow us.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So sports breaking news Monday,
baby.
Monday, Sports Drip Live. All right. As for myself, Jose. For myself, Eric Avila, John DePlaio, who's on the comments, who couldn't be with us. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, go Gunners. And Jose, hit the outro.
Yes, sir.
What a finish! Wow, that is unfreaking believable. What a way for a ball game to end.
Oh, that's what happened. Oh, that's terrible. My God. The humanity.
They may be the drunkest couple in the history of sporting events.
I loved his face.
I would suspect that fan is done for the night. Here's the thing. When you steal something, don't wear it.